Hello, it's Rachel. Today's project is going to be a 3D mixed media canvas. I'm working on canvas board, which is 20 by 30 centimeters, and I have pre-gessoed this. I'm applying two different shades of Americana paint. These are light buttermilk and sea glass. I've now decided to add a third shade of Americana paint. This is Blue Haven, which I'm adding very sparingly before moving on to stamping. For the stamping, I've chosen two different stamps. The first is called Damask by Darkroom Door, and the second is a crackle background from Stampin' Up. I'm adding both of these using archival ink in the colour Cornflower Blue. For the focal points on my canvas, I'm going to use the little glass bottles that you can see. However, I wanted to add some texture paste first, so I put the bottles there just for placement so I know exactly where I can add my texture paste. I'm using liquitex brand of light modelling paste, and this is being put through a Holtz stencil of bricks. Whilst the texture paste is drying, I'm going to colour the little glass bottles. These are bottles that used to contain beads, and I kept them for the purpose of using in my art. I'm using some gesso here with a piece of Ranger cut and dry foam, and I give them a couple of coats to make sure that they are as opaque as I'd like them to be. Now I'm going back to the canvas and I'm going to paint over the brickwork using a PaperArtsy Fresco Finish Paint in the colour Moonlight. This is a very pale lilac colour, and I also add little bits of this same paint into the background. Here are all the bottles that I've gessoed, and now I'd like to add some embellishments to them. So the first thing I'm going to do is add some pieces of lace, and I'm dyeing these with the same colours of paint that I've already used on the canvas. These are stirring sticks that I usually use to mix my paint with, but I thought they'd make some ideal shelves for the little bottles. I'm coating them with some gesso to colour them. To attach both the shelves and the little glass bottles to my canvas, I'm using regular gel medium. Normally in my projects you see me using soft gel medium, however regular gel medium is a stronger adhesive and these are heavier elements, so that is why I've chosen it in this instance. These are some paper flowers by Wild Orchid Crafts. I've chosen to add a variety of these into the small glass bottles. Again, I'm using the regular gel medium to add these, and the whole idea for my canvas from the outset here was to create a springtime flower shop. For the text on my canvas, I've used my Brother labelling machine. I've added a coat of golden matte medium to prep the surface, and then I'm applying some sherbet coloured paint by PaperArtsy using a baby wipe so that it's a very light layer. Whilst that is drying, I've found some collage images of butterflies that match the colours of the canvas, so I've cut these out and I'm adding these using matte medium before then adding my quote. The last step in today's project is to darken the edges of my canvas, and for this I'm using the archival ink in Cornflower Blue with a piece of Ranger cut and dry foam. I hope you've enjoyed today's project. My concept behind this was to create a flower shop scene that had a shabby chic feel to it, hence the worn wallpaper and cracks in the background with the exposed brickwork. It was a fun project to work on and I really hope you've enjoyed watching it. If you did, I do appreciate it when you hit that like button or leave me a comment. If you want a full product list, it's in the usual place in the video description, as well as details about my mixed media Facebook challenge group and all my other social media links.